Welcome back to All Things Pink, where we talk about all things women over 40. And today, my friend Jen is back with us. I'm so excited. And we are going to be talking about mindfulness, wellness, and what it actually means.
Out in the open, to the horizon, where your heart can finally breathe. Out in the open, to the horizon, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild. You gotta get out there and explore, baby, let your love run wild, wild, wild.
So, welcome back again to the show, Jen. I'm so excited to have you. Today, since you're one of our wellness gurus, we are going to talk about the concept of mindfulness, wellness, what people think it is, what it's not, what it is, like all the stuff. And I'm going to start with something that we do get a lot of viewers that make comments, ask questions. So I did pull two of them, and we're going to have our little guru answer them.
Okay.
So one of our viewers, Samantha Jones, asked, will mindfulness help me stop being angry?
Mindfulness can. It's a process. It's not something that you can do one time and it's a cure-all. I always tell people the sky is not going to open up and the angels are not going to start singing. It's a practice over time that, yes, for myself, it has helped calm the anger. Now it's implementing it.
Yeah.
So you need to find what works best for you. For some people, mindfulness means meditation.
Yeah.
So you would work on developing a meditation practice. For some people, that's 5 minutes. For some people, that's sitting on a mountain for 21 days, like the Buddha did. But typically, we all are not the Buddha.
Right.
For some people, mindfulness can happen when you're washing the dishes
Yeah.
or when you're brushing your teeth or by going and standing outside in the grass or in the sun. A lot of times for my kids, they'll be having a moment and I'll say, just go stand outside in the sun for a
I
second.
swear that works. And my son tells me like I'm full of it, but I'm like, no, I'm not joking. Or at least like walk the dog or like just, get outside.
Yeah. Even sometimes sitting on the ground, just taking a moment. And I mean, some of my most aware and present moments came sitting on the bathroom floor. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And so sometimes it's just walking outside and standing in the grass.
Yeah.
For some people,
That's
it's
an
listening to
entire,
music.
yeah, that's an
you know?
entire, like the grounding thing you're talking about. That's
Yes.
an entire practice. That's like there's actually like people that
Yes.
take you out and do that.
But that's always the beginning of it, because if you're not grounded, you can't be mindful. I mean,
Yeah.
for some people it's taking a bath. We all do it in a way every single day. And when you find that thing that it is for you, like she asked,
Mm-hmm.
then you continue to implement that and find ways to kind of stretch it out.
Yeah.
And remember, so when I'm angry, I recall that when I went and I stood outside with the bare feet
Yeah.
in the grass,
Yes.
that helped me. It shifted me for a moment. And so I'm angry. I'm going to go stand outside, which may then turn into you sitting down and starting
Yes.
in the grass and starting to meditate, or for some people, it might turn into a retreat one day
Yes.
where they're outdoors in nature,
Yeah.
So you have to find out what works for you. One thing I like to do is color. And it sounds
Hey,
silly.
it's not silly at all.
It sounds silly, but it's what works for my everyday life. If we're coming out of the colder months now, but when it was snowing and it was super cold outside, I would sit on the couch and color while my kids were watching a movie or whatever. And my mind just focuses on that.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
being mindful. I had a lot of mindful mind chatter going
Yeah.
on. I sat down for a moment and just focused on that.
Yeah, and I think that that works, and everybody kind of has to find their own little like
So the
niche.
answer is yes, it can help with that, but it's an
Yeah,
ongoing process of finding what works for you. And hopefully I gave a couple
you did.
ideas.
You certainly did.
Okay, good. Oh, I'm
Okay.
going to read this one.
Yes.
How do sound bowls help you? It's another way. I love sound bowls. I have my own sound bowls, which thank you,
Oh,
Julie.
yes.
Um, Sound bowls help. So a lot of people resonate. If you're a person that resonates with music, so that's another way to be mindful. So if you're a person that resonates with sound, so it's a lot of it is identifying if you are like a visual learner or an audio learner or the sense of touch, if that's the way that you learn the
Yeah.
best. So sound bowls help with grounding. So you have to be present. And if you are a person that responds well to music or sounds, for some people, they don't. Some people do not like sound bowls. So if you're a person who is overly stimulated by certain frequencies of noise,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
I've had
frequencies that,
it's different
yeah,
frequencies. There's some people that resonate with certain frequencies of the sound bowls that don't resonate with other frequencies of the sound bowls. I've had people walk out of a sound bowl
really,
meditation.
that's
Because
wild.
yeah, but then there's other people that like it changed their life. The sound bowls changed their life.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I've only done a little bit in that.
And there are some people that will say, "Oh, when you were playing this one, I really liked it, but then when you played that one, I didn't." So what it does is if you're a person that's affected by sound in that way, it activates something in you. So
Hmm.
it does, whether it's on an emotional level, deeper or
Right,
surface
right.
level, it does. So, like for me, I'm affected by a lot of noise at once and it makes me angry.
Yeah,
So, it's knowing kind of that about yourself, that if you're a person who's easily affected by noise, are you affected in a good way or a bad way?
right,
Because
right.
that then speaks to a deeper level of something going on, and so
Yeah.
it's gonna bring that up for you.
Well, like I don't like a lot of people with a lot of noise. So, and but I love music.
Same.
So I can do that. It's, I don't think it's actually the noise. I think it's just like too many people talking.
Yes,
Like,
I'm the
you know what
same.
I mean?
I
Like, that's
like
just like,
this.
it's too people-y for
Correct.
me.
I like the sound bowls, but if you've got the TV on and there's 4 people in the room talking and they're all asking me, yeah. I mean
Well,
that
that's just plain annoying.
it is
That's
annoying and
just
it
like,
makes me angry. But also, you have to be aware. So typically when you're going to a sound bowl meditation, you're usually in a group of people. So are you comfortable with being quiet for an extended period of time and possibly being triggered in a good or bad way
yeah, yeah.
amongst other people? Are you comfortable with being still?
That's really hard for
And
people.
a lot of people don't realize that when they go into a sound bowl meditation.
Yeah.
Like you need to be still. Either I always say, be how you're comfortable. Like if
Yeah.
you want to sit, you can sit. If you want to lay down, you can lay down. Typically, standing up disturbs everybody else, but
That's just,
like
yeah, that'd be weird.
if you need to get up and leave, just get up and leave. We don't
Yeah,
need
yeah,
an
yeah,
explanation. We can talk about it later. So you need to be mindful
yeah.
of all of
That
those
word is gonna keep,
things.
yes,
Yeah, but
exactly.
a lot of people don't know that when they go into one of those and then they're like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know." Like, and you need to be comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
don't be wearing your tightest blue jeans.
Like, I
So
know,
that
I see
does.
that.
It's so the sound bowls, they activate that part of you that responds to sound.
Right, right.
How do you respond to sound? and different frequencies
Yes,
especially.
and that
I
would
would
definitely
say
be
to get
different.
on, like, you can get on YouTube
Mhm.
and they actually have different frequencies that you can listen to. I play them at night when I
Yeah.
sleep if I'm having a hard time sleeping, and listen to them
Yeah.
and see. It's a little bit different than the sound bowls just because it's coming through YouTube.
Right, right, right.
Um, but I would invite anybody to do that just to be able to identify what frequencies resonate with them because a lot of people don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's like different, I'll take
Thank you,
um,
Hugh.
um, so you've worked for many, many years in wellness and mindfulness and it's kind of wellness is this hot topic that I'm not really sure our society is ready for in certain ways.
No,
Um,
we
yeah,
aren't.
like I feel like number one, it becomes a hot button word. Yay, wellness. I'm gonna be well. And I'm not even sure that people understand what that means and what the pillars of your wellness are and how they affect each other. And you know, I do coaching, so I understand like where it's this entire encompassing. There's all these pieces to the
Yes.
puzzle, and there's a lot of misconceptions, and it's a practice, as you say, versus because everybody wants a quick fix, right? Like I'm gonna eat an
Yes.
apple, and dude, I'm healthy now. Like I'm good,
Yes.
and that's not at all what that is.
I want that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'd be
Yeah.
freaking
Like,
awesome
yeah.
if, like, we had the magic
Yeah.
bean that
Well, I
would,
mean,
like
that's why the weight loss things are so rampant right now, which is
yeah,
another topic, but
but
yeah.
it is, and, depending on what excuse me, what, phase of your life you're in, it takes on a different meaning and what you're going through, but what would you say is wellness?
Ah, a simple definition of
If
wellness.
if that's even possible.
I think that we are human beings and so it's ever changing, but I think that wellness is being able to be at peace with yourself when you're alone.
Nice, nice. What do you think,
Yes.
what do you think people are lacking?
I think that people are lacking empathy for others, which in turn causes you to be unempathetic toward yourself.
Interesting. Okay, so that's where wellness takes on okay, so I'm gonna back it up. The pillars of wellness, like everybody talks about like your body, food. So like exercise, yoga, those kinds of things. And then you have other things we talk about, air, sun, rest,
Yes.
like your rest. There's all these different pillars of, and then you have your career, your purpose,
Yes.
your entire your
Interpersonal
yes,
relationships. Yeah.
relationships. There's so many pieces to it, but that what you just said is kind of like foundational. So you really can't be if you're not well within yourself, you're not going to be well like on the outside.
Correct.
Like
And I mean, you
within your
can put on a
relationships.
good mask and you can put on a good show, but there's going to be somebody that's going to try to pull that mask off.
Right.
You can, oftentimes I've had a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're so calm. How do you get to be so calm?" And I'm not calm a lot on the inside, you know?
Yes.
Um, that's a mask, you
Yes.
know? Am I vulnerable with people when I feel safe to be vulnerable? Absolutely. But it is a daily practice, even for the people that teach mindfulness or wellness in any capacity. The only way that they are effective at it is by practicing it themselves. And it's
I talk
true.
about this all the time because I'm
Yeah.
like, even the most positive of people
And I'm not great
struggle
at
with
it all the
positivity.
time. I mean, sometimes I forget and then I get mad at myself because I'm like, well, I know this, I know what works. And also, by the way, one of the most favorite quotes I like to use is healing isn't linear. So, what works, I can be sitting here saying, well, maybe you should try this, Julie, or maybe you should try that. Or let's do a sound bowl meditation, or, let's go for a hike.
Right.
That might not resonate for Julie.
Yes, exactly.
Do you
It
know
does,
what I
by the way,
mean?
but
Yeah, but
but
like,
you're right.
and so, well, or like, well, Julie, we went to a sound bowl meditation one time before and you really liked it. Well, the Julie that you are on Wednesday might be the Julie that you aren't
Yes,
the
I
next
get
Wednesday.
yes, and that's because we're human.
Correct.
And, like, things do change, and just because you liked it doesn't also mean that it's, like, the answer to everything. I think
Correct.
it's lots of things. I feel like if you don't have so isn't kind of the key to wellness, to be able to balance all the things because it will never be I don't believe it will ever be
I think the
perfect.
key to wellness is to realize that it's okay to not balance all the things and to be comfortable with balancing them when they enter into your life.
Right.
So for me, I went through a period of time where I was really great at being mentally and emotionally self aware and balanced. At the same time, I wasn't eating well and I was smoking way too
Yeah.
much. I was not exercising. I was just doing, doing, doing. And then in my peaceful moments, I was being emotionally and mentally self aware to come down off the doing and doing and doing. Well, I entered a certain phase of my life, over 40, where my body started to say to me that I had to make some changes.
Yeah.
And that kind of messed with me a little bit because I was like, I'm good. Like,
Well,
I've,
yeah,
yeah.
I think
And
that
so
people
then
think that they're good.
right.
Yeah, but they're really not good.
And so it kind of messed then with my mental and emotional state a little bit because I was like, I spent years, you know, in these practices, researching. I have all these beautiful people in my life
Mhm.
that, have helped me learn these things. And now,
Really?
like, I feel physically ill,
Yeah,
unwell. I'm not sleeping. And so I then had to learn the balance
but that
of the
happens though.
physical, of
Yeah,
focusing in that moment on the physical. And then I'm able to create more overall well-being because I know the mental and emotional stuff. I'm not perfect at it. And now I know more
more
more about the ever-changing physical things.
well, that's what I mean, like, I feel like you can create your wellness practice for you, and it should be what resonates and works for you, what addresses your needs, and something could happen in life to completely go, "Oh my god," like, it's all shifted again. So
Correct.
then you have to redo all of that.
I mean, you can take what you know.
Right, and all you just, like,
I wouldn't
adjust to
be
it.
so pissed off, excuse me,
That's
for I
okay.
wouldn't be so pissed off about dealing with the physical stuff
Yeah.
if I didn't have I should say I would be more pissed off about dealing with the physical stuff
Mhm.
if I didn't have a better understanding of dealing with the mental and emotional side of it because it sucks to
Yeah.
have to change what you eat.
Yes. And yes, that is another a totally different podcast, but I know what you
Yeah,
mean. Like when these things happen in your life, it could be anything. It could be a relationship ending, a loss of a job, changing careers, not addressing, you know, mental health issues that you've buried because you were good. Like not being
Yes,
aware of yourself. There's so many things that come into play. And even when you get this practice going, right? It's kind of a forever thing.
it
It's
is.
in that can evolve and that can change. And I think people have this misconception that if I do these 10 things,
Mm-mm.
that's never going to change and I'm just going to be fine forever. And
No,
I
I would
think
love
that,
to think that.
yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
think there was a
what?
point in my life that I probably did think that. And it it's just not so.
And it's
It's
not,
sorry, it
the universe has
sucks.
a
And I
way
think
of
that
throwing
I
things at
think that
you.
it's important to remember, like, there are some basic things that were told to us our whole life and we rolled our eyes at. Like, every there one of my favorites is, "For everything there is a season." It is so true.
It
It's
is.
absolutely true. Friendships, relationships, self-awareness, body image, there's a season for everything, and I think it's honoring
Yes.
that everything has its season, and to just try to move through it the best you can with the tools that are available to you. So you might
And being okay with that. Like,
yeah.
that's hard because then you get into topics of grief and loss. And, I ask this question, especially because we're around the same age and there's that pivotal moment.
25, so we're both
We're both 25.
both 25.
Um, and dude, the podcast is about women over 40. Y'all know we're over 40. So, but
25 plus
yeah, yes. So over 25, right?
Yes.
But there's these moments when you get over 40 and you start realizing like time is infinite. It's happening. Whether that's like, I don't know, like, I guess it happens differently for different people. I like realized how old I was and I started feeling that way
Yeah.
when perimenopause hit was when I was like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
it's happening. And then I start getting into my head with like, oh my gosh, that's when I
Yeah,
think
like
of it.
every single thing, you're pretty sure this is it.
Yeah,
And
this is
yeah,
gonna be like, this is how I'm
like
going,
I got a little bit of an eye twitch.
like,
I probably have a brain tumor.
yeah, but it's like when
Sorry, kids.
yeah, sorry, it's probably cancer, Oh gosh, I shouldn't say that, but I just said it out loud. But it's even like when I think about my dog and like I realize how old she is,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like begging her, like, don't go anywhere. I can't live without you, like it's
I
like
know.
accepting that that's gonna happen and just literally trying to be in the moment and be present where we are because
It's like we cannot control death.
nope.
None of us are running for Jesus here or whomever you believe in.
Yeah.
Like, none of us are. We cannot control death. Now, I have special friends who are probably laughing at me saying that right now because I do have those days where I am pretty sure that I have some sort of illness and I need to do whatever I can to control it happening, which is usually nothing, by the way.
Right.
I just don't want it to happen, right?
I
But we
remember.
aren't afraid of death. We are afraid of suffering.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's something to be mindful about. It's not the death itself that I think, and I say that broadly, I can be wrong in saying that,
Well, of course.
but I don't think that it's death itself that we are afraid of. I feel that it's the suffering that we are afraid
There's
of,
a lot of
which
sadness
is,
and things
yeah,
and like leaving things and that whole
yes. But that's
grief and
that's
loss.
also suffering.
It
Grief is
is.
suffering.
Absolutely it
Yeah.
is. And we grieve our younger selves in a lot of ways. People have looked at me like I have three heads when I say that. Is that, I am very aware of what I am no longer.
Yeah.
Part of me is super happy about that. Like super happy that now I have so much more knowledge and I make
Yeah.
way better choices.
It sucks though
but yeah.
It
It's
sucks
like,
though because, like, I was thinking about this the other day and did feel really sad about it. I was so wild when I was young. Like, I really just didn't give a
yeah,
about how my actions affected other people. I mean, I did to a like after I did them.
right, right, right,
After
right.
I was wild, in whatever way I was, then I felt really bad about how it might have affected everybody around me, you know? And but
Yeah,
I went like I was so much I felt so much more free, like I was I guess more daring or more
gotcha.
like
Okay,
even like
gotcha.
going out in the so we were at the beach and I was thinking about like going out in the ocean. Like I would go out in the ocean and like jump in the waves and do all this stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was kids
I think
or
that is part of it.
like I, like when they like I don't even want to get in there because I feel like I have to be ready to save some lives. Like
Well,
but
I
then
think it
I'm
depends on
sad.
what beach it is. Yeah,
Do
because
you
you're
know what
sad
I mean?
because
But then I'm
like there was a
sad.
level of adventurousness and freedom. Yeah.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
I almost feel like, I'm taking something away from my kids or even, like, my friends who I'm there with or,
Mhm.
my husband or whatever because I don't have that level of myself that I used to, of that freedom. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's I mean, it's part of how things change. And I think that our wellness, we didn't really I don't think we cared about our wellness back then.
No,
I
I mean,
don't
I
really
wanted to look
remember.
good doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that part of it,
Yeah.
right? Like, I
Like,
think like, but I don't think we spent enough time thinking. I also don't think in our, like, growing up age, like, those years, people really focused on wellness. We were
no.
like, this is much more of an up and coming type of, it definitely wasn't a buzzword.
Well, I
You were
mean, I think
not.
that they tried it. I think a certain community of people tried it in the 70s. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? And then I
yes.
think no insult to the Reagan era, but because we all learned something from that, good or bad, I think that that changed the direction of that a little bit.
Yep.
So, I mean, it plays out personally and collectively, the idea of wellness and what we're
Yeah.
influenced by.
Yes, and so does the concept of being mindful.
Mhm.
And it is a practice, but also it's a verb. I'll call it a verb. Now, is it a verb or is it more like an
I don't
adjective?
know.
Um,
I'm not
well, if you're
aware of
being
grammar.
mindful, if you're being mindful, then that would be an adverb, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You could
it's
use it
describing a
as an
verb you're being.
adjective. You could use it, you are very mindful.
Yeah, there you go. So
So it could be, it's
it's a
not, it's
multifaceted
not
word.
linear.
Yeah, it's not linear. So I think it's really hard because we'll talk about mindfulness as a practice, yes, but we're also talking about being mindful in your life and how you treat other people,
Mhm.
how you treat yourself,
Mhm.
how you treat your anything.
Mhm.
There's a level of being
Mhm.
mindful to this,
Mhm.
How would you describe that if you took away like the practice and the history behind mindfulness and said this is for every person?
Mhm.
What is living mindfully when it comes to like how we behave?
You cannot expect other people to not respond to your energy that you bring into a space. Period. End of sentence. It applies everywhere.
So like the
You
people that
cannot, your
make
energy affects the people around you. Should it? I don't know if
it
it
does
should.
though.
I don't know if it should. Should we all just go, oh, they're here?
So this is such a good
It
like
just does.
statement because we are taught not to let anyone else's BS or attitude or
Correct.
comments. Like, this is a double-edged sword
Mhm.
because it will affect you. Like, it will affect somebody's comment is going to
Just
affect
by
you.
saying to not let it affect you,
It just did.
it's affecting
Yeah,
you.
like,
Do you know what I mean?
yes, and I think that's very confusing. It's confusing
So
because it's
you were
like,
telling me that this person's energy has affected you so much that you're not going to let it affect you. Like,
I think it's how I
I
think
mean,
it's more
but
how
I
we
get
handle
it.
it
Yeah, but it's,
versus
yeah, how you
it's a
handle
mixed
it.
message.
Yeah, okay. So, like, there was like that phase of like cancel culture, right? Well, there are
It's
some people
exactly what I
that
was
you
gonna
need
say.
to cancel out of your life, but other people might not need to cancel them. Like, what resonates with you? And also, like, you can give it time.
Yes.
You don't like, you can give human beings time to be human beings. It just depends on the degree of whatever it is.
Yes, and that's part of
Like,
being well, I think. A different like facet of it is to be able to do both. It's not like this way or this way. I hate the whole cancel culture thing. I understand we work in a field where sometimes distancing yourself from certain people, family members, whatever the case may be,
yes,
is necessary.
yes.
But it doesn't, I have watched people just be like, well, like that person did this one thing. I'm really pissed off about it. I'm not even going to talk to them about it or
Well,
attempt
then
to talk to
you
them about
need to
it.
expect,
I'm just going to cancel that.
that in return, when you make a mistake one day, and you will, you might be perfect right now in this very moment,
Mm,
have all the answers,
perfect.
but one day it's going to happen. So you might want to expect that someone's also going to say, you can't make a mistake either.
And that's just absurd. We're all making mistakes. We make
Yes.
mistakes um every day, every single day in one form or another. But also when we that awareness that we have of others to try to understand why they did those things. Sometimes this happens a lot with parents
Yes.
with like people are just gonna like I'm just gonna like write you off or whatever. It sometimes they're doing the best that they can with the cards that they're dealt or what they were taught.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that it didn't. I don't know why you think it has to mean like, oh, that didn't hurt.
It
Like, of
doesn't,
course
but
it does hurt.
I think that in so many aspects of it is that it's more about time. Like, it does require time,
Yes.
and it requires, like, I don't know, I read something somewhere like, I water you, you water me, so we both can grow. Sometimes a plant just doesn't grow, right?
True.
So
That
I
is very true.
think, so like, I think when I'm describing it, I'm trying to think of how I describe it to like my younger kids, that, everybody in life has difficulties with, like, let's say friendships. Okay. So you're in a friendship and the person's like kind of like starting to rub you a long way, and you're putting all you're watering, you're
Yeah.
watering, you're watering, and the other person every once in a while is watering you too. Like, it's okay to go
I
through
just picture that
that.
in my head. It's
Yeah,
like,
like, it's okay, like, it's okay to go through that process,
yeah,
and then if you're the person that's not really getting a lot of watering, to eventually be like, "Okay."
yeah,
And maybe make the effort of,
yep,
like, let's talk about it in whatever way's comfortable for you, or not. But I mean, I think it's okay to give things time, unless it's
of
something that's
course. They're very
harmful.
serious. Yeah, yeah,
Let's make that
yeah. We
disclaimer.
always have definitely make that one. Um,
Young ladies out there are certain things.
yeah, there are certain reasons why we.
Also, young men, there are
That is true.
certain things that are deal breakers.
Deal breakers are okay, and I don't think that that's at all what even I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
that it is not black and white. It's situational and there's like levels to it, and I see that pendulum swing where it's like this culture comes in, this trend, this crap should not be trending. It's situational, and it depends on that situation and what happened.
You might do the same thing that somebody else has done to me, but your life experience and what led you to that is different. Like they might just be an asshole.
Yeah.
You might have had, a lifetime of trauma or whatever that is contributing to you being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Right, and
Like,
that's that state of being aware, being understanding, and having empathy, and learning to be mindful
correct.
of that. Also being mindful of how you are reacting to those things. Like there's so when I say mindfulness is not just a practice, it's also an adjective or
Yeah,
an
and it
adverb.
goes
It's
both way.
describing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that there is that misconception that mindfulness is solely like I go to this class, I
Mm-mm.
listen to some sound bowls, right? I'm doing
Those are
good. Yeah.
tools
Like,
to be mindful. I
yes,
think that's a good way of putting it. Those are all
they're
tools.
tools to be in the present, and those concepts, and wellness is the same way. We're giving tools. When you're coaching someone in their wellness, you're giving them tools. They need to figure
What
out
resonates with them?
right, and how that's going to make them feel and achieve and
I
hit
mean,
all
I
of
have
those
certain
pieces.
people that have come to me, and I can tell that they don't resonate with my way of being. And I'll say, "Oh, you might want to go see my friend so and so,
Hmm.
who seems like," and I'm okay with that. Like, does it hurt my feelings maybe a little bit? Yeah, but also being mindful means realizing that you're not
Yeah,
everybody's cup of tea. It
and
doesn't
that's
mean
okay.
yeah, and like it doesn't mean that you are hated or you hate them. It's just it is what it is.
So, why do you think people ignore their wellness? Because I know people do. And I can wholeheartedly say that people ignore being well or diving into it or really dissecting being well
I
in
mean,
what is their wellness.
I
Why do
don't
you think people ignore it?
because it's again, it's subjective to every single person. It's different, but I think the basis of it is I mean, like you have to be really, really real with yourself. And that's super uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
I have to be really real with myself that I cannot eat bread anymore.
No, God. I know what you mean.
And to me, that is really challenging. It seems simple, but it's not.
It's not
For some
easy. It's
people,
hard. It's very hard.
yeah, like, and it sucks because it plays into
Yes.
everything. Like, oh, Jen, let's have a snack. Well,
Let me give him a list of stuff I can't eat.
you're
I
like, that's
know.
annoying.
It is.
But
It
like,
causes you to look so far into yourself and be aware and be yeah, like take off
yeah,
the
but then
masks.
I'm
You
also
have to take off
thinking
everything.
to myself, like, man, maybe that's why I felt like so shitty for as I
Yes.
shouldn't have been eating bread. And how long was I ignoring that? And why? Well, because it's easy to eat bread. It is.
But isn't
Like,
that the
these
same
are simple
reason people
examples.
ignore their mental health?
Correct.
It's the same concept
I do
behind.
it and
Yes.
it shows up. I mean, I've done it and I sure that I continue to do it. We all do that is it shows up. The things that you have not worked on within yourself show up either through other people or through, let's say, signs and symbols from the universe that something's placed in your way to make you say, hey, you didn't look at this. Now you can
Oh
choose
yeah.
not to look at it. That's fine, but it
So
it's going to
what's
show up
yes, it's going to
again.
show up somewhere at some time and could potentially be catastrophic.
It
We do
could.
not know if it's going to be that. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that it will be, but I'm telling you, Mother Universe does not play around. at all, and I laugh
No.
about it all the time. Sometimes I'm like, I hear you, like I
Oh
get
yeah.
it,
I mean, I
but
say many
it's gonna
times, like,
happen.
why do you keep showing me the same lesson? Right? For me, a lot of it shows up for me. I hate it when it shows up through my kids. Like that makes me really pissed off is when one of my lessons shows up through my kids because like I really tried hard to learn lessons that would affect my parenting, you know, when my kids were younger or before I became a parent or, things that I noticed along the way, I tried to perfect them. And when I realized that I haven't done that
Oh
and it
yeah,
shows up through them, like that really pisses me off. Not at the child, at the
right.
universe or
Yes, what
whatever, you
exactly, and I
know?
think that that's a piece of wellness that people are forgetting. They're ignoring because it is such it's like a wheel or like a puzzle. There's all these different pieces, and that's a part of it. You know, if you ignore your purpose,
Mhm.
there's another piece that people don't think about when they think about being well, right? Being
Absolutely.
alignment with your purpose, figuring out what that is. So many people ignore that, whether it's career or a different purpose. It's your mission. What are you here for?
One of the things that I've realized about myself is that for whatever reason, I feel like part of my soul contract is to be of service. I do find joy in being of service. But what I have realized is that I cannot invest being of service into one area of my life because it doesn't serve when I do that.
Exactly. And that's a piece of your wellness, things that you need. And I think it's totally okay to constantly be in search of our
Yes.
wellness. Like that people just completely ignore that will crush them. It will crush their soul.
Yes.
I'm a kind of person, I need to build things. I need to
Create.
create and be of service at the same time. And I've got to find ways to do that. But there's
But
these
you
moments
do
where
do
I
that.
do
This
do
is the
that.
thing.
I do do that.
Yes, is
Yeah,
that you create, but you've also found people who like to be of service. So you're
exactly.
able to create by finding people, creating a foundation and then finding people who then can implement the service.
Absolutely. And that's what I do well. And I'm totally okay with that. But there was a moment, I should say several years, many years where I thought I had to do all of it. And I realized, well, that was dumb. So that's a piece of wellness is figuring out that it's like your
But
capacity
also
and being
a
okay
lot
with that.
plays into that too,
Yeah.
right? Because like, okay, so you find people, so that plays into trust.
Oh God. Don't get me started on the trust
You
factor.
know what I mean? Like you have to be
We're
able to
ever working
trust.
on that one.
Yeah, so like you have your own stuff with trust, the person has their own stuff with like, you know what I mean? And so what are
There's
you supposed
so
to do? Just
much.
cancel it all? Do you know
If
what?
I was an avoidant, I probably would. I would
Yeah,
probably just
just
like
like, you know
walk
what?
away,
Forget it. I'm just gonna
be
go
like,
work it,
blow it up.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I would not be well
And
if I did
nobody
that.
really
So,
can.
yeah.
It's never works
So
out
I
good.
think these are all these like things that people don't realize it's actually part of their wellness.
You cannot just focus on one thing in your life
And go to the gym 20 times a day
and
and it's not
expect
everything.
it's just not.
It's definitely not. And what about today's society? What do you see in today's society that is screaming, we need to shift our focus to our wellness? I will say what I see is the divisiveness and how people treat other people. We clearly have wellness issues in our society because if everybody was really focusing on their wellness, I do not believe they would behave that way. I do not
It
believe they would talk that way.
Okay, so I feel like I would say about 10 years ago, Everybody can place the math how they want to. If you want to place it energetically, politically, however you want to place it. I feel like we were given an opportunity, and we've always been given this
Oh,
opportunity
yes.
to. I was listening to, I don't know what that song was. I think it was an 80s Julie song, Help Me Out Here, where it says, every generation blames the one before. What is that
Oh, I'm not.
song? And all of their frustrations come beating on your door. What is that song? Like Mike and the Mechanics? I don't know. Sorry about my age.
Don't you dare be sorry
Anyway,
about your age.
but that line, every
Yeah.
generation blames the one before, kept playing through my head again and again. And I had heard the song in my kid's presence, and I kind of looked over at him like, because I feel bad. I feel like we've left our kids with a pretty big
Mess to clean up.
mountain to climb. But then I also think about it too, like when I was their age, I was looking at my parents' generation, like, thanks a lot,
Yeah.
and I think that that's true. So I don't think that there's any one thing that will ever resolve all of that, except for understanding that there are certain notions like power and the need for power that they just historically, personally, mentally, emotionally, financially never work out. It just
Yes.
never works out. And also the overall idea that you're right or that I'm right and you're wrong, whether it
Yeah.
be
Yes.
whether it be like a religion or cultural ideas or the way that you love another human being, whatever it is,
That's a
and I mean,
huge
I
one.
hope
And
I'm not getting to,
we could sit here.
but like,
We'll actually do a whole cast on like this concept of I have to be right. That's
the right and wrong of it is so, there's no way that that's ever going to succeed in any type of situation. I mean, being extreme on one
yes.
thing,
Phew,
it just
phew. I
wipes
say it all the
out.
time. Exactly. It is not effective.
And it doesn't work but for that to play out in society, it has to be able to happen in each individual person's life, which is a huge mountain to climb. I mean, we all do it.
Yes.
We all look at our neighbor or a friend or somebody that we love and we're like, oh, get better. You know what I mean? Like we all do it.
Yes. I am
I
definitely
do it,
I do it.
like,
Then
like,
like later I'll catch myself and be like, man, that was really crappy. Like,
yeah,
I'll catch
but you
myself like,
caught
damn it.
yourself.
Yeah,
But you
like,
caught yourself.
yeah,
Like some people don't catch themselves, or some people don't take the time to sit back and be like, well, I wonder why that person may have made that choice. Like, what did they have to walk through to
it's
make that
hard.
choice? Or
Like
maybe
it
they
is
didn't
hard.
even make that choice. Like, that's who they are. Like,
But I think that's why this concept of wellness is askew. Because it again, even people that practice, even people that teach have to catch ourselves. And
yes.
it has to be ever
I
evolving and
will talk
constant
shit and gossip like anybody else. Like, I have
with
girlfriends, you
me.
know what I mean? Yeah, like, I do it, but I also, like, at the end of the day, like, love you. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
you frustrated me today. Now I'm releasing it by talking shit or whatever, but
But
tomorrow I'm going to show up for
yeah.
you and love you just the same.
But that concept of wellness, when people shift their focus to that, it shifts to here. It makes like you the focus, which is always a good thing. If more people focused on all the pillars of their wellness, even though, I mean, we might only get a quarter the way up that mountain, but I feel that things would improve if if our society as a whole
They would.
was shifting, at least being aware. Like, for the love
Yeah,
of
but
God, would you just be aware?
yeah,
Like,
but
I
that
know it's a huge
I mean,
undertaking.
look, some people just don't think, okay? Some people don't think about things
Yeah.
seriously, like even everyday things. Like we'll talk about like physical wellness, okay? I'm going to use my husband as an example here. He loves sweet tea. Now, every time he picks up a glass of sweet tea, he has somebody in the house that's saying you should drink water. But you know what? He's really not thinking about it
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
deeply. He just likes sweet tea. But we're all thinking about it like, "Oh my god, like, you're gonna be pre-di like, we want you around,
Got
we love
you.
you."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there are so many different components to people not reaching this level of what we want wellness to be, that it's such a deep task that
It is.
can't happen collectively. If it doesn't happen
Individually.
individually, and then in your friendships and in your romantic relationships, your relationships with your animal, like
Yeah.
everything. You
Yeah.
know, if you can't do it on those basic levels, then it's just gonna it's
Agreed.
that's how it goes out
Agreed.
into the world.
Well, thank you so much for joining me again. I love
Thank
talking
you
about
for
wellness, and we
having
could talk
me.
about this for hours and hours and hours, all different concepts under
Yes.
wellness. So I encourage all of you to really get comfortable, right? Like, get comfortable with looking at your wellness and all the facets of it. There's plenty of information out there. Um, and thank you for joining us today here on All Things Pink. And I am sure that Jen will be back with us for more
I
exciting
will.
conversations. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have amazing conversations here, and it's definitely a safe place for women over 40, or actually for anybody. If you are listening, which is also really cool, you can find us on Apple and Spotify, and can't wait to see you next time here on All Things Pink.
You gotta get